Hey Nathan, this is Rebecca Lane, your your PCP instructor, and I'm going to give you some feedback on your Ignite slides. So, one of the first things I want to call your attention to is I want you to be really conscious about how you upload your documents. Make sure things are labeled correctly, because this document that you uploaded, it does not open. There's a problem with it. So really make sure that you are uploading the correct assignments titled in a correct way. Alright, so let's look through your slideshow. So I love how you started with this large image. I like how you're using large text. There's a little too much competition between this word and your background. This red. Red really is not the best color for slides unless you're putting it on white, because it really does compete with a black background. I like how you're citing these. Nice work. It's visible. It's easy to see. Cool. Alright, so the next thing that I want to call your attention to is every single slide needs to have some text on it. It doesn't need to be a lot of text. This is as much as you need. But you need to make sure that you have at least some text that reinforces the main words, the main concepts you want us to walk away with, right? So this text is not really interesting. So make sure that you are using text that is graphically interesting, that communicates the emotion that you're wanting to communicate. So you've set up a pattern here, right? You've got this color and this font and this color and this font. So, and this seems to be your emphasis color, and this is your standard color font. And so this is a pattern that you want to repeat, right? So you've set up this cool theme. Go ahead and repeat it, but you kind of dropped it right here, right? So make sure that you are doing that. These are beautiful images. I love that you're using large images. You really need to have more text. It's interesting that you're bringing graphics into this, but really if you're bringing in graphics, you need to make sure they feel intentional. And this kind of feels like you stuck a white piece of paper and you just kind of plopped it on this pretty photo. So make sure that you treat these graphics, or create a pattern. So if you're going to have a pattern of funky shapes, then you want to start that immediately. Like you would want to start that here. You don't want to start it 5 slides in, right? PH1, I am assuming that this is something that you were going to say, and if that is true, then hopefully this is a main point that you are trying to get across. Nice use of large image. You've got all this white space that would be really interesting to put some text in. Do make sure that you are using text. This slide doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You've broken every pattern that you've made so far. So, which means that it doesn't feel like it's part of your set. So you've got a lot of words on this one. You're kind of referencing back to that first slide, that space text color, but it's not quite the same. So really make sure that you are adhering to your pattern, and this slide does not. Really beautiful large image. Make sure you've got text on the slide. Okay, looks like your slides are they're legal and well cited. This is great. You've hearkened back to this, and I love that. Do that more. You need to do this more frequently. I love how you played with size here. This red still doesn't play against the black. It really just doesn't. It's hard to see. Beautiful large images. Is this? Okay. Make sure that you are filling. Try to fill the slide, or try to treat this. Maybe you can stretch it out in a way that you can make it feel like more than a picture plunked down onto a slide. So really try to treat this so that it feels intentional. So you've got a couple of these images that you're just kind of plunking down in the middle of your slides. And that doesn't quite work. So you want to make sure you're being a lot more intentional here. This is kind of cute. make sure that you are using the font patterns that you've set up. This is a beautiful slide. You don't need these exclamation points. That should come out in your voice, right? Beautiful, beautiful slide. Less beautiful. This small image plunked down isn't as good. And you've already had this text on a different slide, right? So find something else. This is interesting. Try to make this arrow more of a graphic. When you make things small like this, they don't feel quite intentional. They don't feel very on purpose. So try to make it feel on purpose. And one major way to do that is making things large. You make things large, you create a pattern. All right, so let me know if you have questions. I'm looking forward to seeing how you adjust this for the next time I see it. And nice work. Good start. Talk to you soon.